Mike, and this is my parkour journey. Hey, welcome back everyone. If you watched my last video, you know that the last time I was a little bit down in the dumps and battling the blues a little bit. But this is your first time to your channel and you didn't watch the video, I'll try and catch you up. I created this channel to document my parkour journey and hopefully encourage anyone who wants to give parkour a go that little push to do it. If you like those kind of videos, please click that thumbs up, and if you want to follow me on my journey, please consider subscribing. So in that last video, I was a little bit, a lot down on myself, and I promised myself at the end of that video that I was really going to try to make a change and really get back into training. So it's just been over about 2 to 3 weeks, and happy days, the gym's open, and I have a plan. Now the plan isn't revolutionary by any stretch. I wrote down some general goals and some very specific, and then some more specific goals, which I'm going to share with you in this and future videos. I started working out regularly again. I stopped doing regular workouts. I was just hitting it sporadically. So I made a promise also to do something parkour related, 5-10 minutes a day minimum, just to make sure I'm just get out and get moving. I know that doesn't sound like much, but as a parent of 2 very active young boys who this year are doing homeschool, that time is gold. So part of my plan is to train more outdoors. Me and the boys found a great spot at their school, and I went back to that school to try to figure out some challenges for me to work up to. So I went back with a measuring tape and took some pictures, and take a look for yourself. I'd love to hear your comments about the challenges that you see. So my main focus on my challenges to myself are probably going to be on gap-free jumping. That was the jump that started these videos. So I want to make sure that that last jump I did at the gym I still have. And then at the school I see there's a 70-inch level gap-free, and then there's a 97-inch descending gap-free that I definitely want to eventually hit and definitely try to set up. So I set, to make sure I still can do that 83-inch gap free at the gym, I set it up at home and just kept doing the jump, trying to hit it, and just making sure that I build up a lot of that muscle memory in my brain. The gyms haven't opened indoors yet, but they did restart outdoor classes again. So this gave me an opportunity to revisit my poorly filmed outdoor shoot and then do it properly this time. So this was really my first time moving and getting back to training, and it really felt good. I did a couple of different lines than my original line, just trying to be creative. I'm not sure if I was successful at making some good lines, but heck, just getting out, training, and moving put a big smile on my face. I was also doing the bigger wall run, which I'm really happy about. Invincible. About. So it was shortly after this session that I watched an excellent story video. Well, pretty much they're all excellent, but this one really resonated with me. It was the Store Parkour Water Challenge, battling his biggest fear. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely recommend that you do. This part here is the part that really got to me.
This is the hidden side of parkour that people just don't really consider, because you see the big jumps and that's all you really have to process. So now, even with those facts, it's finding it hard to go for, and that's parkour. It's when you just have this feeling of just resistance that you can't get around, you can't get past, but he wants it so much.
Yes! Come on! Yes, Josh! Yes, mate!
What Toby was talking about there is really what I felt about myself before I broke my jaw. It's so inspiring to see that all the big skills done by these elite athletes, that they don't just throw it down in an instant. They take a lot of work. They put a lot of prep in, and even then, sometimes they get stuck. And it really brought it to reality to see someone like Toby talk about it. And I was so happy for Josh when he finally hit that jump, as you can hear that they all are. So the gym was given a go-ahead to open indoors, and I was excited to put my plan into action. First things first, is that gap pre still there? Well, you tell me. I was also working on some side flips before the shutdown, so I wanted to work on those as well. I tried a couple of side flips at home into a big beanbag that we have, and never doing it outside of an airbag was pretty scary. I didn't take any videos of it because it's pretty ugly, but I did eventually sort of get around. So anyways, I did a few practice flips in the airbag when I got back in the gym, and we decided, me and my trainer Rob, that maybe we should do it at height, just to give me more time to rotate and to visualize the landing, give me more time to visualize the landing. And I just couldn't believe it was, I'd never done it at height, and what a feeling it was to actually be able to have the time to rotate and see the ground before hitting the ground. So it was really good for me. So we finished off that session working on low kongs, because that's my vault box at home is pretty low, and I'm not very low kongs really are a tough skill for me, and people used to tell me just to get low, and Rob gave me a great tip, was to hinge lower at the hips rather than just bending lower, which really helped. And for double kongs, he was just telling me to lean into it more, which definitely really helped me remember that technique. He also gave me a really good bounce back drill that he said would give me a lot more confidence doing gap prees, and I definitely will incorporate that into my weekly and daily workouts.
One week later.
So I'm back at the gym today, and I've been drilling at home and tracking what I've been doing in the journal. I've decided to write down everything that I do every day as it relates to parkour. So this, getting back into the gym after actually working out and practicing, this was gonna see if all that work is gonna pay off. So I still had confidence in doing the gap pre, so I figured, maybe I can start adding to it. I talked about even adding a simple step messes it right up. So I was pretty confident in just standing there and doing the jump. So I wanted to do a simple line and see if I could still do the gap pre. I tried a few times, well, more than a few times, to get that stick, and it just wasn't happening. I was pretty happy just to even make a line and still do the jump. So I decided just to move on and maybe come back to it and see if I was successful later on. Back in part 2 of my journey, I had wanted to do a cat back for precision landing at height. I never really successfully did even my progression. I wasn't able to get it. I was really worried about shitting myself. So I wanted to try it again. I definitely wanted to do it at a lower height. You don't see it here, but I actually had a lot of failed attempts. And I was actually getting down on myself, saying, like, what the heck is wrong with me? So I turned the vault box around. My earlier failures was on a square box, and I figured maybe if I put myself on an angled edge, I wouldn't have the fear of shitting myself. And then I was able to actually hit the jump. It gave me the confidence to just go for it, and I just kept pushing the vault box further and further back until I failed. And then I took note of how far that was, and I'll definitely be going back to this challenge again, and hopefully eventually get it on a square wall and then at the height that I want it to be at. So after this, I took a quick break to watch to see what my boys were doing, and I'm glad I actually did. This is a slanted wall run challenge that they were supposed to be doing, and they both killed it. Jacob has such a nice top out technique. I really need him to teach me that. My top outs are horrible. It's not even a top out. I just put my leg up on the wall. So I definitely need to, that's one of my goals, is also to do some top outs. So definitely maybe get Jacob to help me out with that. And so proud of Benjamin. That's probably the highest wall that he's ever been able to grab on a wall run. So super proud of those boys. And after seeing them do some inspiring stuff for me, I decided to go back to my gap pre in the line and try to stick it. Took me 3 times, but I finally got it. A lot of people maybe wouldn't call it a stick, but I'm pretty happy where it was, and I'll keep on working on that one and clean it up. And after that, I was pretty pumped, so I decided to just see what else I could do. So I came up with this fun little line right at the very end, and I'm just happy to say that I feel I'm back on track. I'm going to try and post every 2 weeks if I can, so I hope you guys stick around to watch more of my journey. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.